How's it going, Song of Ice and Fire fans? Grant from Yecats Miniatures here, bringing you another unboxing and analysis for a Song of Ice and Fire, the miniatures game. And today, we're going to be looking at House Stark Karstark Loyalists. Now, I know these guys aren't new, I know they're not fresh, but we've been sitting on this for a while, so we're going to just unbox it, and hopefully you guys can have some input in the comment section. So here we are, the front, we've got the artwork. I really like this artwork. I mean, they're absolutely clubbing the hell out of, it looks like some Greyjoys maybe, but really nice, quite gritty artwork. In front of a cast, it's got to be House Greyjoy because it seems to be quite wet and it seems to be quite Greyjoyish looking people. I don't know much about the history between Karstark and Greyjoy, maybe there's a bit there, but really nice artwork as always. And here we have on the back, we have 5 separate sculpts for the unit and then 1 sculpt for the Loyalist captain. And take my Valyrian blade there, slice that bad boy open. There we go, another look at the artwork. Let's get the lid off for you. So we're starting off as always with our 12-man infantry tray and our unit card, obviously our attachment card underneath, 5-point unit. I really like these guys. I really like the colours of the artwork as well. That really nice neutrally brown colours. Obviously the Stark blue. Yeah, really nice. Obviously the Loyalist captain here as well, with Furious Charge, superior numbers. Now, make sure you stick around until the end of the unboxing, because myself and Brett, as always, will be doing an analysis on this unit and sort of give you some ideas of how best to use the unit in your games of A Song of Ice and Fire. So we're going to start off with the standard bearer. Now this is a really nice sculpt, and what I really like about the Karstark Loyalists are the helmets they're wearing, because they've got them enclosed like Viking-esque helmets, so it's really cool. Get a bit closer for you. Yeah, see, I'd like there to have been an embossed sigil on the banner, but it doesn't always need it. We can use transfers for that. But if you've managed to paint these guys, make sure you post a picture on Instagram and tag us in it so we can have a look. But loads of detail on these guys. They really sort of on the level with Stark Sworn Swords. And here we go, our first guy with a flail, holding it back, about to swing it forward. Remember, these are precise flails, so if you left a slit in your visor, you're going to get a pin through the eyeball. But really nice, lots of flowing movement on the cloaks. Obviously he's not running, so we don't expect there to be loads of movement, but there's enough there to make it really worth, you know, really worth getting some paint on to make it look really cool. Then we have the second sculpt. Now this one is one of my favourites. I mean, check out the helmet on this guy, the enclosed visor on it, and just the mid swing. I really like how the flail's positioned, how the shield's positioned behind. This guy is, you know, mid swing. Love it. Really like it. They've done an amazing job and given us something special on these sculpts. And here we have the third sculpt. And this guy is obviously not wearing a visor. He's only sort of bareheaded guy in this box. But a bit of a strange pose, this one. But you know, being a man that doesn't really use flails that often, maybe it is right. But yeah, I like it. Still really cool. I still really like the miniatures. I still think Seaman are really smashing the ball out of the park with these sculpts. And next one, it's got a double-headed flail on this one. I really like the shields. There's sort of that double layer steel on it. Again, loads of movement within the robes themselves. It gives us, you know, it really does make it a really powerful looking unit. And what I really like about this unit is the amount of different layers there are in the clothing, with the extra leathers, the cloth, the chainmail. I think we've got one more sculpt, I believe. 1, 2, 3, where is it? I think that's probably it for the unit. So let's crack on with the Loyalist captain. Again, quite a nice movement in it. I quite like that, the feathery plume on the top. We don't really see many of that much of that in Stark, so that's really cool to see that. Obviously he's got a cape, and everybody knows the man in charge needs a cape. Otherwise, is he really in charge? Probably not. I really like, again, those double layered shields. Loads of detail with chainmail around the neck and stuff. But that's the box. Really nice sculpts, really nice models, really nice unit. So I'm going to leave you with a spinning shot and go and jump on a call with Brett. Can you hear it? The wolves are howling. The wolves are howling, my son.
Oh, is it that time?
It's that time, mate. It's time for my favourite house. I know I play Targaryens, man, but Starks just these are the good guys of the Song of Ice and Fire world.
They have a special place for me. I enjoyed them. Still enjoy playing them, but my daughter has chosen them for her Song of Ice and Fire journey, so they have a special place in my heart as well. I quite like them. They're very fun to play. They are definitely my favorite faction to pick up and play for just a fun game that's really thrilling. I enjoy them. I love them. Love it.
Love it. Well, if you love it, let's talk about it. Not it. Let's talk about House Stark. In fact, we're going to talk about the House Karstark Loyalists. So I've just done the unboxing of these guys. And honestly, like, I know they're not new now, but these sculpts, man, are so nice. They're just so. I'll probably say they're not better than the Sworn Swords, but they're on par with them. Do you know what I mean? They're really nice. The flowers are really cool. So, yeah, let's talk about what they do in the game then, and how people can use these to maximum potential. So they are a 5-point unit. So they're coming in with the House Stark Sworn Swords at the same points value as them. They're movement 5. They have the flail, which is a 7/5/4 attack ability, a melee attack ability. Of course, it's melee. They're throwing flowers at people. It hits on a 4+. Hits on a 4+. They've got a 4+ armor save and a 6+ morale. Now the flail gives them precision because they are precise flails, and they come with perseverance and valor, which is very nice and very common if you're a Baratheon player. But for Starks, it's a brand new thing on our roster, I believe. So each time this unit performs a melee attack before rolling attack dice, it restores 1 wound. So I really like these guys. Precision, obviously, is a very, very cool keyword. It helps to cut through shield wall. It helps to cut through hardened. It helps to cut through giants. Solos such as the Dragonstone Noble and the Mountain of Rides, it's handy to cut them down. Obviously, hitting a 4+, so it's not brilliant, but I like them as a 5-point unit. I like them. I think they're different enough from Sworn Swords to hold their own. What are your thoughts on the Karstark Loyalist? Oh, so before we go any further, what I do like as well is the fact that it comes through as Karstark Loyalist. So I'm still holding hope that we're going to get the bad guy Karstark, maybe the new House Bolton faction, or as a neutral unit. But anyway, yeah, House Karstark Loyalists. Talk to me, tell me, what do you think?
Well, I've got to preface it by saying that I'm actually a little bit upset. I'm pretty mad that I don't get to restore 1 wound when I throw my flails at people. I mean, that needs to be a thing.
Yeah, with precision.
Yeah, absolutely. Precise throwing flails, but they're interesting. I really just like Sworn Swords, so I haven't. I'm ashamed to say I actually haven't tried these guys. I play Sworn Swords, Krenok Trackers, and Cutthroats primarily. I mix in the Bog Devils in my Howland list, but the Rob list is pretty much all Sworn Swords, Trackers, and Cutthroats. I can see that they have a place. So I go back and forth, right? Because you've got the women of the house, Dany and Catelyn. Dany removing a token and giving you rerolls. Catelyn removing a token and giving you max dice. And then on the other side, you've got the mother, Ilaria, who removes token and places more. So between Catelyn and Dany, though, I go back and forth on which one I would rather have in each faction. And I think for the most part, I actually think Dany is a little bit better. I think if you had the Dany rerolls with these guys, it would be amazing. But I can see the design for Catelyn to give the Berserkers their full attacks and things like this and kind of keep them churning at that last rank. But with that said, I see where the Loyalists are nice. And as you mentioned, they've got Perseverance and Valor, which is it's not new to the game, but it's new to Starks. Starks really just don't have a ton of healing floating about. So being able to give them some level of healing is nice because they've got Assault Orders in the base deck. And then you've got Karstark himself, would be able to give them, the Need for Vengeance card, which they would get bonuses for that because they are Karstarks, and he would be able to give them another opportunity to attack and heal a wound. So I can see it. I think it's kind of like what you said. It's just depending on what role you need to fill. If you're trying to take out now, I'm not gonna lie. There's a solo floating around, and it's hard to have a podcast with you without talking about him. But Mikkel's gonna be a little bit offended by this one. Those little drowned men, they've become quite a thorn in people's sides. I think they've kind of come into their own in the meta, and people have realized their value. You really need something like precision to cut through those drowned men. If you get stuck in that cycle with them, you really get stuck in trying to deal with those dudes. So I can see a case if you're building like an anti-solo or an anti-giant list or something like that where you need the precision. Other than that, I'm sorry, man. It's the regular sworn swords for me. I love the Stark sworn swords.
When we're talking about the sort of the attachments with these guys, initially, that my thoughts with this is going to be, either the Sworn Sword Captain for a point, which gives you martial training, which is giving you the vulnerable token and the rerolls, or the actual attachment that comes with this box is the Loyalist Captain, and that comes with Furious Charge, so enemies successfully charged by this unit become vulnerable, and superior numbers. So this unit's melee attacks may reroll any attack dice when attacking enemies with fewer remaining ranks. So what you're saying there about the fact that you need the precision to cut through drowned men, obviously being a solo unit, the Loyalist Captain in the Karstark Loyalists will have more rank than the drowned men, so that'll give you your rerolls and precision. But do you think, what do you think of that attachment? Do you think that attachment's good? I quite like it. I mean, I don't think it's better than the Sworn Sword Captain, but certainly for getting rid of solos, I think he's a sensible choice.
No, I think it's another situation. You're just talking about the base units, the Stark Sworn Swords versus the Karstark Loyalists. It depends on what your need is. So if you are fighting lots of cavalry, if you are fighting a lot of solos, then the Loyalist Captain's better. If you're not necessarily fighting against that, then you could argue that the Sworn Sword Captain is the Loyalist with fewer steps. But if you can get good charges off, you'll get the value out of the Loyalist Captain because you'll get the multiple vulnerable tokens. If you're getting like if you throw Great John in them, you've got Overrun. If you throw your Assault Orders cards at them and give them the free charges, then obviously they can attack and potentially charge more than once, getting more vulnerable tokens. But you're just going to have to build based on what you need, based on what the list is wanting to fight. So they're definitely not bad. I think it's good. It's good in terms of design space and game sense that you've got these two things. They're similar, but they're also not quite similar. They fill different roles in a similar point spot with similar attachments, but it's going to be based on what you're playing into. So I guess my very long-winded answer for a simple question is I can't say definitively which one is better because I think they've both got a good place.
I agree, mate. So, yeah, I don't think there's much more to sort of say about it, really. I'm happy that the House Stark are getting new units, especially some really nice sculpts. It gives people that have been in the game since the Kickstarter are now playing and painting new miniatures, which is really cool.
Yeah, I've been fond of the more recent Stark releases. I really enjoy the Bog Devils. Shameless plug, we've got a review of the Bog Devils where I gush about them for a while, and I talk to a lot of different play groups, and it's very interesting just talking to different regions how they view the game. The guys I know in Poland absolutely love the Loyalists. They love them, and so it's just, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's one person's take versus another, and I think that has a lot to do with what they're used to seeing. So
I agree. But yeah, I definitely like these guys. So my final thoughts are, I think you should definitely try them. You should definitely get yourself a box of them, run them, or try on TTS, whatever you feel like you need to do. And definitely try running them with Ricard Karstark as well, because obviously they share the Karstark keyword. So the Need for Vengeance, you'll be hitting on freeze for that initial attack, so you're more likely to push that damage through. Especially if you've got the Swan Sword catch in there as well to give you the rerolls. Yeah, I really like them. I think they're really cool, and yeah, I'll definitely give them a go. You need anything you would like to add to this? Oh, that's a direwolf.
No, I think.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared. I'm not scared. No, I think we covered it. I think it just comes down to what you need in the list, what your goals are. They're just an option. They're a tech piece.
Yeah, for sure. So thanks for your time. Thanks for coming to check out this video. Feel free to peruse the channel, check out some of our other videos. Me and Brett love the game. We love talking about the game. We love playing the game. So yeah, come and share in our enthusiasm for Toy Soldiers. It's amazing.
If we don't get 200 more likes, we will deny you all of our horrible puns. We're just going to take them away.
I'm not committing to that. What happens if we get what if we get 200 likes? I can't do puns anymore. That's disgusting. How dare you put words in my mouth like that?
No, the puns only continue if we get 200. Everybody loves the puns.
I'm in.
I've heard Michael Shinall loves puns.
Everyone loves puns, don't they? It's nice, isn't it? Puns are good. We like puns. We like puns almost as much as we like Karstark Loyalists.
Almost as much.
Well, cheers for your time, Brett. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, and make sure you leave a comment in the section below. These guys have been out for a while now, so people are using them. So make sure you leave a comment in the section below. What commanders are you putting in them? What attachments are you putting in them? Or are you running them naked? And how good are they doing? Well, give us some tips. Me and Brett are here to learn as much as you guys. So if you got some tips for us to win tournaments, well, hold on. If you got tips for me to win tournaments, feel free to leave comments, but don't tell Brett.
Yeah, I mean, thanks for having me on. And as he mentioned, give us a note in the comments about how you're getting value out of these guys. I actually want to take a little vote in the comments. I want to know Team Sworn Sword or Team Karstark Loyalist.
Cheers, Brett. Well, I'll see you next time for some other stuff.